Welcome to our first public presentation about the IWB project Imaginando Lota. Lota is located in the central Chile, and it has a very rich history, particularly the former mine. The mine itself has been playing a very big role in the culture and the history of the city. It has been one of the biggest employers, but also it has provided all sorts of services to the people of Lota. Essentially formed a mining community, which formed a lot of the foundations of the community, such as the park in Lota. They're all reminiscents of that period. Lota, after the mine, when the mine ceased operation in 1997, a lot of people lost their jobs. Today, Lota has 20% unemployment rate. They were hit also by an 8.8 magnitude earthquake and led to almost 1,000 people, that's a fifth of the population, living in temporary housing settlements and not having access to a lot of services. Lota, as a coastal town and the fishing industry, the park and the natural beauty of it, abandoned buildings, arts and culture, the built environment, people, architecture and design, the market, the financial or the economic base of Lota. Then we started our project actually by understanding Lota's priorities: housing and public spaces, economic development, education, and looking at theater and cultural attractions and also the infrastructure to support that. So sustainability and resilience are the main themes, but our values throughout the whole project is public acceptance, positive social impact, minimizing environmental impact, and understanding financial affordability and responsibility, also forming successful partnerships to move these projects forward. We understand that if we achieve these, we will have a sustainable and resilient design. Our partners, City of Lota, or the municipality, that's our client, LACAP, the representative here, and the mediator between us and the municipality, and our academic collaborators, Carleton University and Duoc University in Concepcion. This is our team. We have done creative research. We did a house design project to understand the needs of the community, especially in the temporary housing settlements. We did a project around the context of water and the needs to have access to purified water, especially again in the temporary housing environment. Part of our creative research, we have done design charrettes to collaborate with the professional community here in Toronto and to understand how systems will form a healthy community. We have also done field research. We had 4 teams. We looked at the place, the concept of the place, the spirit of the place, looked at the community, what forms the community and what would empower the community. The economy. We studied the market as one of the biggest economical, financial center of Lota. We also have been communicating with the municipality to actually better understand their needs as well. Also, this is very important that we talk to the people of the community, understand what they want, what their needs are. We also did a community charrette when we were in Lota with the members of the community, and this was of great importance to us actually to get their feedback and see what they think of our projects. And part of our creative research, we have done an exhibit booth, the IDS Interior Design Show, and this is actually to communicate this idea out to the public here and to the professional community, hopefully to form partnerships and collaborations that will help us move the project forward. We are at the point in our project that we are started synthesizing all the information that we've gathered so far. We have done multiple exercises, different methods of actually understanding all the information and mapping them. And we have concluded 9 points. One is about the environment. We understand that years of industrial activity has compromised Lota's environment. Lota Bajo is the Lota's central business district, and its current physical state, however, is inaccessible, and we understand that redeveloping Lota Bajo could revitalize Lota's local economy. Tourism. We know that Lota and its surrounding region have several landmarks and a natural beauty to attract the visitors, but currently the proper infrastructure to support a thriving tourism industry is not in place, so that presents an opportunity for development of the hospitality sector in Lota. Fishery. Since the closure of the mine in 1997, fishing industry has been the largest and the main source of employment for the residents of Lota. However, we found out through our research that commercializing fishery would question the sustainability of this industry. And it is of great importance to us to actually think of ways to diversify the economy and to complement tourism and small business development. Identity. Lota's image and reputation is not quite consistent with the energy and the vision and the enthusiasm that exists in Lota. And we know that building on this energy and this enthusiasm through an effective communication strategy could leverage the domestic and potentially international partnerships. The mine has a massive influence on Lota's culture and its history, and of course we understand that it can play a massive role in its future as well. Temporary housing, there's still a large number of people, close to 10,000 people, living in temporary housing settlements. They don't have the adequate access to essential needs, living needs and services. Through collaboration and innovative design, we would like to tackle this problem to increase the socio-economic well-being of the community. The school, it has a very strong education system from its primary school all the way to its technical college, CFT. But the problem is that a lot of youth and young adults envision their future somewhere outside of Lota. So there is youth immigration. Now, CFD is actually looking at their curriculum, and they've structured their curriculum to match the needs of the future of Lota. Public spaces. We would like to look at development of existing pedestrian streets, existing parks, and surrounding natural settings. We have also looked at precedents that we have found that are quite close to actually the conditions in Lota or Fogo Island, fishing community in Newfoundland. They have been working on development projects. And also we have been looking at something here in Toronto, Evergreen Brickworks factory, and how you could actually turn an industrial building to something that could benefit the community as well. These are some of the identified opportunities for us to move forward with in our project. We have identified 4 areas that we would like to address: the urban environment, the local economy, community cohesion, and communication. Urban environment, you could actually look at an urban beautification plan, looking at revitalization of Lota Bajo, Enakar, redeveloping the infrastructure of Enakar, areas of natural conservation, renewing the public spaces, and designing resilient housing solutions for them. Community cohesion, looking at community development programs, public spaces renewals, sports and recreational facilities, local economy, tourism, external investment initials, new industries, and building on existing small and medium businesses and develop them further, and also a microfinancing program. And for communication, looking at international partnership strategies to form the partnerships that will help these projects move forward, and also looking at Lota's image and reputation. I would like to present you some of the very, very preliminary ideas, something that we could do about these 4 areas. Lota Bajo, looking at revitalizing the downtown, for example, looking at the market and its connection with the public residential spaces, and build on top of the existing strengths and integrate both institutional buildings and commercial buildings, enhancing the accessibility and reconnecting the market back to the public space in the downtown area. We could also be looking at the coastal area and the fishing industry and building on top of that, looking at a fishing resort that will provide an accessible port and introduce deep sea fishing tours and boat tours, and building around that fishing theme. You could have a fish market, you could have hotels with restaurants that would serve the seafood. Looking at the temporary housing is one of the examples. Throughout our research, we have been trying to understand the trend of transitional shelters, why temporary housing would become permanent over time, and designing around that, looking at different new zoning plans to actually increase the spacing and increase the quality of life in these scenarios. And also looking at a communication strategy, looking at the social enterprise and understanding both sides of it, partnerships, how important they are, and social innovation. So we would be basically able to actually plug our work in and work with them to build on the existing cultural events that are there. Looking at partnerships on nonprofit, we've been working with LeCap, we've had the pleasure to work with them, but maybe extending that and having more nonprofit partnerships formed, and also corporate partnerships. That's something that has been come up throughout our research, and talking to the municipality and the client. And our mission is really facilitate the positive community change, and we understand that it's the people that change the places. We understand that working together we can help Lota realize a better future for itself. Thank you for your attention.